She laughed when he walked into the courtroom wearing his torn U.S. Army uniform. She didn't even lower her voice. Guess anyone can file a lawsuit these days, her lawyers smirked. The bank executives whispered among themselves, certain this case was already won. But when the testimony began, the room grew still. His name was Sergeant First Class Ethan Cole, 15 years in the United States Army, combat engineer, 3 Bronze Stars. He had cleared minefields in Iraq, saving countless lives by walking into danger no one else would face. One mission went wrong. An IED exploded beneath his feet, shattering both his legs. After recovery, Ethan came home, but the nightmares came every night. The pain never stopped. He lost his job, then his apartment, then everything. For 3 years, he lived on the street, invisible to the world that once called him a hero. Until one freezing January morning, his life changed forever. A black SUV skidded on ice outside a downtown bank. It flipped violently, crashing into a fire hydrant. Inside, a woman screamed. Her seatbelt was jammed. Smoke poured from the engine. Flames began to lick the hood. People pulled out their phones to record. No one moved to help. Corner of the sidewalk. Ethan Cole. He knew the sound, the smell, the urgency. His instincts roared to life. He limped forward as fast as his damaged legs would carry him. With no time to think, he smashed the window with a rock. Ethan reached inside, his voice low and steady. He worked the jammed seat belt with bleeding fingers until it finally released. The woman gasped for air as he dragged her free. Seconds later, the engine burst into flames. He had pulled her out just in time. She collapsed into his arms, sobbing with relief. The crowd erupted in cheers. The woman, shaking and tearful, asked his name. He told her, then quietly disappeared, but she did not forget. She was Maya Drake, daughter of Senator Evelyn Drake, and she made sure her mother knew exactly who had saved her life. 2 weeks later, Ethan walked into First National Bank. He needed to cash a small disability check. The manager, Laura Reyes, saw him approach, her face twisted with disgust. She marched over, voice loud enough for everyone to hear. "We don't serve homeless people here. Leave now or I'm calling the police." Ethan stood still, saying nothing. Laura smirked, convinced she had won. Security moved closer, ready to force him out. But the next day, a letter arrived. A lawsuit, filed by the senator herself, on behalf of Ethan. Discrimination, public humiliation, violation of civil rights. Now in court, attorney Samuel Whitman leaned back smugly, his voice sharp with arrogance. Ms. Reyes was simply maintaining bank policy. Mr. Cole's appearance suggested he was not a legitimate customer. She had every right to refuse service. Judge William Porter leaned forward. Her tone was calm, but every word carried weight. "So what you're saying," she asked, "is that a man's appearance determines whether he deserves basic human dignity?" The lawyer froze. "That's not our argument. It's the only argument," she cut him off. "This man served his country with honor. He saved a life while your client mocked him for being homeless. That is not policy. That is shameful." The courtroom buzzed. Then came the verdict. A 6-figure settlement, mandatory sensitivity training for all bank staff, a formal public apology, and his record cleared of any wrongdoing. As Ethan walked out, Maya Drake ran to him, tears streaming. She clutched his hand. "You saved my life. We will never forget you." Ethan only gave a small nod, just doing what's right.